Hey, Tony Gasson here. Now listen, I just had a 90-minute call about my mentor.life. So looking to kind of, I guess what they'll call is acqui-hire, is what they call it. Acqui-hire. When your company gets acquired, but you get hired, so to speak. So what I want to do is my mentor.life kind of needs a staff, not really like a staff, but just somebody who gonna focus on it. Like that's their thing. They gonna focus on it. They gonna think about the growth of it and all of that. I really don't have the time to do that. I market it, and just like right now, go over to my mentor.life, get you a life coach. If you are a coach or a consultant or a therapist, sign up to provide those services. So I market it, but I don't really have the bandwidth to continue to do research and development. And so I'm looking to sell it to somebody. Not much, just a couple hundred thousand, because it's not like a super complex situation. And so gonna sell it, and then I continue to be a consultant and help out. And I had me a call today with a gentleman, and the call went very well. And what he was telling me, he said, you one of the only coaches that got a life coach certification program, but then you also got a website where the coaches can go sign up and they can be a coach after they get their certification. So he interested in purchasing the certification course as well as the life coaching site. And I always knew that it could work like that somebody can do that somebody can buy the certification. I didn't think about selling the certification, but my mentor.life, I always knew somebody could buy that because it's just a marketplace. It's just like any other marketplace that we use, like care.com or thumbtack.com or upwork.com or fiverr.com. It's just a marketplace. But when certain people I try to talk to, they'll try to hate and be like, oh no, that's your site. You can't sell without you. And I'm like, that's a lie, because my face not on it, my name not on it. It is a marketplace for life coaches and people who looking for a life coach to be introduced to each other. And this gentleman that I talked to, and I had 2 calls last week, everybody see it plain as day. They see it, and I just got to decide if I actually want to accept the offers that come in. But one of the things about it was good talking to the gentleman today, because he didn't hold back. He told me that I'm a genius. He basically like, you're a genius, man, and what you built is a genius. And the way you got this set up to where you got the my mentor.life, but then it says hire a coach, and then it also say become a coach. And then on the become a coach, it says, if you're not certified and you want to get certified, click here, take this course, and then it take them to your course. And then he said, I know in your course, it says, after you finish this course, go sign up on my mentor.life. He's like, you done created this circle. Now, originally, I wasn't planning to promote my course from my mentor.life. The plan was to promote like 4 different courses and charge those courses like $400 a month. But I never reached out to the other courses to offer them a spot on the site. So I put my course on there, and people will go to the site, and then some people will sign up for my course from the site. And so he get it, and he want to buy it. He said he got to think about it, and he got to come up with a price. He looking through several different businesses though on the site that my business is on, and it blessed my soul just to talk to somebody who is a person of color, but he's another race, another ethnicity. But just to talk to somebody and them see the vision, them see what I saw and see what I created. And I got on there like this too. I forgot I had my diamond chain on. And the gentleman, you know, he proper looking. He looked like a professor. And I got my diamond chain though. First he was kind of like, oh, okay, all right. He kind of looking at me like, I don't know if I want to buy this business. But then I got it and I got it together and I just stopped worrying about it. First I had to tuck my chain in after a little bit, man. I was feeling self-conscious. That's what we got to be thinking about, that type of stuff. Your image, you got to be thinking with your image. Is you going to be comfortable with that around everybody? Or you just doing that for a certain group of people? And then, second call, I had to pull my chain back out. I said, man, I just got to be me. Let him see that he could see somebody that looked like they hip-hop. Look like they from the hip-hop culture, but got brains. You know, and I got my blue light glasses on, so, you know, they ain't got no medicine in them. But it was a good call. Good call I had with them. And, you know, that way, when I sell the site, you know, I have me a little help. Have somebody they gonna be boots on the ground, making it happen. And then I'll be able to, you know, do what I got to do. Be able to take and make sure that I'm taking care of, you know, helping the creation of it and giving ideas and pushing it forward. So I say that to say I'm one man. I work alone. When I had the idea for the site, when I had the idea for the course, I reached out and got some help from my business partner, from a friend, to use his beach house to go write the textbook for the course. And then so that was, you know, thousands of dollars. That beach house, that's thousands of dollars. If I would have had to pay for that, that would have cost me about $7-8 grand. And so that was a blessing. And then shooting the course, I could have got a few dollars from him on that. And then my mentor.life, I went to my business partner and said, hey, want to do this. Got a front on that. But I had the idea. But I say that to say sometimes you may have an idea, but you may not have the funding. That don't mean you just give up on your idea. What you want to think about with that is you want to take and start the process and think about, okay, what can I take and do in the sense of who can I talk to that I know that I might could get this investment? Because I remember seeing this guy get online and he came out and he was broke, but he hadn't got him a little bit of money from somewhere. And he came out, Ty Lopez. He probably ain't had no furniture in that house, so he did the video in his garage with a Lamborghini. And that garage was little for that Lamborghini. But he did that to sell a lifestyle. Cause if he had real money, cause a car is the easiest thing to get into. And then it came out that he was renting that house he was at. Then he had another house. It came out he was renting that house. And then when he started to make money from the advertisements he was running, then he started to fix up the inside of the house. He stopped doing videos in a car, in a garage, because nobody wanted to do a video in a garage. He did it because that was his prized possession. He ain't had no bunch of nice furniture in that house and no home office set up looking like, you know, a top class lawyer. All he had was that car. But he got somebody to invest in him, and they invested a good sum of money so he could run them advertisements. He ran the advertisement. The advertisement went crazy. He sold a course. Then out of the money from the course, he had to pay his investor back. pay his loan back, because it could have been a credit score loan, like it could have been anything, but he had some capital to get started. But he wasn't fully flush with money. He just had a little bit of capital to get going. And then he just kept reinvesting from that capital. And so you got to think about that. Because see, the thing about it is, you might have a family member who, this is what I want you to think about. You might have a family member who been working on that job for 40 years. And your family member is on that job. It's a dead-end job, but it paid decent. That family member got a pension. That family member wants some financial freedom. So what you got to take and do is, this your mama, this your daddy, especially if it's your mama and your daddy now. But even if it's your auntie and your uncle and you close to them, or if it's your grandma and your granddad and you close to them, what you got to take and do is say, hey, I got this business idea. I done vetted it. I done looked at it from sun up to sundown, left, right, front to back. And this is what it's going to take right here to make it happen. And this is what we could do. What you say? They might say, okay, hey, you know what? I ain't gonna live forever. And I see this thing here making money. So that's what the guys who looking at my business, they looking and they like, okay, this been making good money every month, consistently for years. And you ain't trying to ask for no whole bunch of money for it. I could buy this, make this X amount every year, going forward. And this an active investment instead of just having a investment portfolio or just having this over here, that over there. I got this right here that could make me 10K a month, 15K a month, 20K a month. And I ain't got to worry about fixing a roof, fixing an AC, evicting nobody. Boom, I just could make this here money. And so that's what he's saying. So he looking into it, and he see where he could eat. And it's a few different guys that's looking into it, but they see the vision on how they could do it, how they could make it work. And so I say that to say, that's what you got to think about when you start thinking about business. Okay, what can I create? How can I create it? And where I'm going to get this here money from to get it off the ground? Because my mentor.life, I had to get me a front. I went to a person who got more money than me to front me. But guess what? It made that money back in like 6 months. And so that's why I'm telling you, like, sometimes you got the idea, but you might not have that capital. And you got to get that capital. And you got to think outside the box for that capital. Because a lot of times you thinking like, oh man, I got to go out here to Palo Alto. Man, I got to go out here to Palo Alto. Got to go to these pitch meetings and do all of this. No, you ain't got to do all that. You ain't got to do all that. I got a client who, she went that route and raised like 50 million. And then next thing you know, she not even no longer the CEO of the company no more. Now she doing other stuff after raising 50 million. And it just go to show you, like, okay, yeah, raise the money, but it was about like a pipe dream. It was about like, the company didn't have she raised so much money, but it wasn't a model that really could make that much money, like a lot of money. You see, I think differently. I look at this thing differently and say, okay, I'm gonna do something that's gonna cost $5K, $10K, $20K, but something that the return, so like the company I'm working on right now, just to get my start gonna cost me around $10K. But guess what? because the industry that it's in, yeah, it's gonna cost around $10K to get started. But in the industry that it's in, I could make $1 million a year. I could make $1 million a year. I just gotta be creative. And I'm finna double down. So listen, bill collectors that's watching this video, you gonna have to wait. You gonna have to wait. I'm doing business. But in this the thing that we live so scared. We so job scared. We so bill scared. Man, listen, I ain't worried about being late on no bill. That's the point of a bill, to be late. I ain't worried about being, not if I'm finna invest that money, because it's like you paying that bill, you got to pay that bill again next month, again the next month, again the next month. Buddy working on everything but that stomach. Buddy got his chest and his arms looking right. Got that gut though. Buddy say, well, this stomach the last thing to go. Getting a good walk in. He red as a tomato, but he needs some SPF. Boy, got that German skin. Out here looking like a tomato. And so listen to me. That's just what it is, and we got to realize and understand that. Is you got to invest in you. So it's like, okay, what you need? You need a roof over your head, and you might need you a car. Outside of that, man, you need to invest in you. Because you can start that t-shirt company, you can start that cooking company, you can start that whatever company. I got a client, I say, listen, you got this money sitting on the market, this money on the market in somebody else's company that they playing with your money. They could lose all your money today. And then you ain't gonna have nothing to show for it. When you got this amazing idea with this amazing concept, take that money off that market, invest in your business that can make millions for you. Instead of you making 10% on your money, you could have 100% return. You could have 1,000% return. When I started investing in me, I want y'all to understand, like, yeah, it took time. But what I want you to understand is, think about this. I shoot a course on this cell phone, right? So if I shoot a course on this cell phone, how much that cost me? My cell phone bill. And then when I upload that course, what's a course right now? Life coach certification. That's $1,000 course. I'm just teaching you to do what I know how to do. You could teach somebody to do what you know how to do. You could teach them. Like my client I'm talking about, she a cook. She could do a course cooking 30 different meals. And she could charge $10 for that course. And every single woman, every single man who don't know how to cook will buy that course. And she could market that course with the money she got sitting on the market. She could market that course and be selling that $10 course. She could sell 1,000 of them a year and make $10,000 every year. She could sell 100,000 of them and make $1 million. But you got to be willing to invest in you. So think on this now and get this in your spirit and start making some things happen. But hey, this Tony guy, Taylor Lade, what's going on, buddy? I'm doing great. How are you? Awesome. Love you. I made it home with my wife, Starbucks. So y'all, I'll be in touch with you. God bless you.